Welcome to this week's edition of 5 Questions on lehighvalleylive.com. I'm Sarah Wojcik, and I'm here with Officer Timothy Brooks of the Bethlehem Police Department's Mounted Police Unit. Thanks for joining us today, Tim.
It's my pleasure.
I wonder if you could first introduce us to those 3 handsome fellows behind you.
Sure. Right here is George. He's the youngest. He's a 7-year-old Percheron Morgan cross. Right here is my horse, Raven. He's an 8-year-old Frisian quarter horse cross. And the brown one over there is Pharaoh. He's the 9-year-old American quarter horse.
Awesome. And the Bethlehem Police Mounted Police Unit, that's what it's called, the Police Mounted Police Unit. How long have you guys been around for?
This June it'll be 3 years.
All right. And how did you get involved?
Well, I was a former community police officer on the mountain bike, and because of the changes in the police department, there was a community police division that was morphed into the patrol division, and things were a little bit different. So when this opportunity came up to ride a horse and learn how to be a mounted patrol officer, I took the chance.
Awesome. And what is it that you guys can do that's a little bit different than maybe other police officers on the patrol?
Well, there's several. Most being at Music Fest or other large gatherings, Celtic Classic, we can be up on the horse and we can see, usually we're about 10 feet in the air, so we can see above the crowd. We might be able to spot problems within the crowd before an officer on foot would be able to do it. The other aspects being downtown in historic Bethlehem, being the face of the police department down there, helping out visitors find their locations, giving directions, and also just general police work.
Right. Now, can you tell us a little bit about how you came to be Raven's officer, and tell us a little bit about his personality and your relationship with him?
Well, like I said, I was a community police officer and jumped at the chance to learn something new. Being in my 17th year, I was looking for a change, and this opportunity came up. We interviewed, and I was selected, and we got Raven and his half-brother Hamlet from Canada, from a horse broker, and unfortunately we had to send Hamlet back, and we got George, who's a great replacement horse. But Raven, he's the boss of the 3 of them. So he's strong-willed, and sometimes he's a little anxious to know where the other 2 are at all times because he's the boss. So he presents a couple challenges because he's the boss.
And you said that you're been with of the Mounted Police, you've been there the longest. So of the 3 of you guys?
Yeah, I've been a police officer. Actually, this year I'm in my 18th year, but the other 2 guys are in their 6th years.
Okay.
And it was just an opportunity that I wanted to do before I retire, if I decide to retire.
If, right.
Now that we have this.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you say is probably the most difficult part of what you do?
Well, I didn't have any mounted experience. I didn't ride a horse or wasn't around horses when I was younger. So the hardest thing was learning how to ride a horse. We have a great trainer. Her name's Jan, and we went away the first winter for 4 months. 3 months, 4 days a week. We had lessons, and that was the hardest part, is learning how to ride.
Yeah. And what would you say has been the most rewarding part of the job?
Just being approachable to citizens as a police officer. I think that's a big bonus as the mounted unit. When I was a bike officer on a mountain bike, nobody wanted to come and pet my bike. But being downtown in the historic district, everybody seems like they want to talk to us. They want to pet the horses and learn about our mounted unit.
Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us, Tim.
You're welcome.
We'll see you around Bethlehem.
Yes.